I got started just by serving small and mid-sized businesses for the better part of the last 20 years. Had the opportunity to, later in my career, serve in a lot of C-level roles in and around entrepreneurial businesses. I remember as a little kid watching my father, who was an entrepreneur, who built his own business from nothing and poured his blood, sweat, and tears into things. And I've always had that passion for the entrepreneur, even from that very young age. I think for me, I've been in a lot of these entrepreneurial companies and had the opportunity after, a pivot in my career and realizing that I found myself in a situation with a prior firm where I saw gaps, I saw things missing, I saw an opportunity to serve the business owner in a way that maybe they weren't being served, and I felt I knew what businesses needed. From seeing it on the inside, from having that experience making things work with popsicle sticks and paper glue, because I had literally been that employee number 3, employee number 4 myself. The question was, could I make a business out of it? And that's what I ventured to find out. So our clients are entrepreneurial businesses. They are primarily founder-led, family-led companies in a variety of different industries, but they've all really started from nothing. They're not professionally trained organizations. They've had a really good idea that they've made something out of, and we've been fortunate that so many of our clients are literally the case where they started in the garage or the apartment. And what we find for so many of these companies is, as they grow, as they evolve, that they're encountering a lot of firsts. So it may be a case where they're needing more capital to continue to grow. It may be a case that they don't know how to scale their infrastructure to match the scale that they're seeing in revenue. Oftentimes growth, it uses a lot of cash. So businesses find themselves where they look really good on paper from a profitability standpoint, but they don't have the cash to sustain those operations. That can be a challenge. Many times they outgrow their people and their systems and need help supporting that. And many of them as well find themselves where they do want to exit and monetize their companies at some point and don't have the experience, don't have the expertise to know what's involved to get them there. We're business growth specialists. At our core, we're problem solvers. So to use a medical analogy, our clients know something hurts. They don't necessarily know why, and most of the time they don't know how to fix it. And it's really imperative for us that we truly and deeply understand their challenges, understand where they're trying to go, understand their dreams, because that's the only way we can really match solutions that are going to be lasting. So being able to leverage our experience to come in and help support them along that windy journey, because growth is an evolution. We have a line that we've used since the very early days of growth breaks things, and it does. Our business is not immune to that, nor is any of the companies we work with. So at the end of the day, we're really becoming an extension of our clients' teams, and that's where we're most effective and where we want to be. One of the key things we find ourselves doing for our clients as well is helping make sure that the financial story matches the entrepreneurial story. And that's another fun part, is that we get to come in and help with that storytelling and help craft and make sure that those two things match. So if there is that day that they're raising capital or maybe selling their business, it's seamless. And that's an aspect of what we've done that we've really enjoyed. What makes us different, I think, at the end of the day is that deep understanding of the entrepreneur. But more importantly, it's the mindset of the leadership. It's the challenges that they face. It's those pitfalls, the insecurities. It's a very emotional aspect being a leader of an entrepreneurial organization. I think that's something that's very often overlooked. And what really that has allowed us to laser in on, and it's such a critical part of our daily work, is a focus on value and a rigorous focus on value. We never want to be perceived as a cost of doing business. We're here to help our clients move the needle. And there's an element, it's one of our core values of right solution, right time. Knowing the solution that we need today, it may not be the solution from 2 years from now, but if we don't understand what that entrepreneur's concerns are, what their fears are, what their dreams are, we're going to have a hard time tailoring that solution. And that's really, I think, a critical factor for us in what allows us to do this in the way we do is it really starts with that entrepreneur. Because at the end of the day, they're trusting us with the keys to their business. And that's an incredible privilege, but the ability that we have to leave a legacy and to impact businesses and to look back on some of the success stories, it makes it all worth it 10 times over. My passion in this is the entrepreneur. they're the hero, how they carved their niche, how they started. I never get tired of hearing the stories of where it began, how they pivoted when adversity came, how they came up with this new idea. Those stories are amazing, and those are the stories of Main Street USA. Those are the stories that you don't read about in the newspapers or don't hear about all over social media. But those are people that are risking it all every day and winning. And it is such a blessing and a privilege for us to serve those people. At the end of the day, our American dream is helping our clients achieve theirs.